Let's kiki on this interesting story, all right? Here we go again. The right-wing pearl clutchers are quaking after Lady Gaga's triumphant return to Coachella. Performing tracks like Abracadabra and Zombie Boy from her Mayhem album, Gaga brought drama, dancers in cages, and literal skeletons to the stage in a 5-act fantasy that fans are calling the best Coachella performance. The Guardian gave her 5 stars, and Variety declared she outdid herself. But of course, far-right critics called it a satanic, ritualistic style performance, dragging in trans rights, drag queens, and after-school Satan clubs. One unhinged Twitter user claimed Gaga and other queer adjacent stars like Sam Smith and Beyonce are part of a Fame for Satan trade deal. Fame for Satan, okay? Gaga cast spells, right-wingers see hell. What are we all talking about?
Hey, I'm clutching my pearls as we read this story. Listen, this is not the first time that there are people who still live in caves who believe that popular pop stars and artists and people of a certain platform and fame have made deals with the devils per se or whatever that is. But listen, this is art. Lady Gaga tells a story all the time. Yeah. She uses everything that surrounds her wherever she is. So her stage is transformed, the lighting, the effects. You are going to get an experience with a Lady Gaga performance with this pillow. So it doesn't surprise me that people are saying this. I think that I remember when she did the paparazzi performance and she hung from the ceiling and the blood came out. I mean, there were people who said that she actually died that performance and then came back to life. So there's always going to be crazy people that say crazy, crazy things.
Oh my God.
I am just happy that in this day and age of music that there's so many things changing, so many up and coming incredible artists that Lady Gaga is still here producing and giving us new music.
I mean, because at this point, she's been doing this for a nice amount of years. I would say like 15 years, right?
And she mixed in, speaking 15 years, didn't she end the Coachella set with Bad Romance? Yes. So it's like she dipped into every pond of her music, which... Love.
Listen,
love,
if you haven't seen it, God, I don't even know if you can see
it. I don't know.
I
don't think you can watch it on YouTube.
I don't think you can watch it yet. Okay, because I saw it live on YouTube for Coachella. Right? They had an awesome channel 2 weekends in a row, and it was fantastic. The fact that the Mayhem tickets came out and this girl can't afford them. All right, I can't afford where I want to sit. How about that?
It's normal.
I can't afford where I want to sit.
You can afford it. You just can't afford where you want to sit.
Exactly. Right. So, you know, for Coachella, Lady Gaga did an hour and 15 minutes.
A major set.
She gave almost a full concert. I looked at the list for Mayhem and the list of what she did, and she probably missed 5 songs, folks.
Yeah.
All right? So if you missed it, darn it. If maybe they do release it, please go watch it. It was everything. Like,
they
it was
might put it on streaming.
Maybe. They should. It was that good, Eric, that they should.
Yeah, they should.
And like Eric said, she incorporated old school, new school, the red, the blood, the drag, the dancers. Like, you were in it. You were involved. Like, you know, our time, she finished about 2 a.m, and I was like, I gotta stay up. Because
your eyes were glued on it. Yeah,
because it was so good.
Yeah, I mean, people said the same thing about Sam Smith and Kim Petras with their Unholy performance. So, you know, they're always going to say, you throw in a red glare light and people automatically think that you're tied to the Church of Satan.
And you know what I think about is, like, when I was a kid, I remember having older cousins and, like, they would record players. Okay, I'm old, folks, right? Vinyl, right? And that the media would say that if you played the record backwards, you would get some kind of satanic message, you know? And this is, you know, so my point is that it doesn't matter what time of the world you're in, you know, what kind of year, whatever it is, there's always going to be people like that that are going to think that you're, you know, and they always go Satan.
Right.
Satan.
It's extreme.
It's
always
extreme. Let me explain something to you folks. Hell is not a place, okay? Hell can be right now. You can make your living hell right now. All right, you're not going to die and go to a fiery place where there's this guy dressed in red with smoke and fire everywhere. It doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't work like that. No.
I mean, you go to queer church. You go here. You go to Sunshine Cathedral.
I go here. I went to Sunshine Cathedral on
for Easter. How was Easter service? I love the bishops.
Listen,
my God.
It's great. And what Gabe Salazar has done with the choir and how he's like kicked it up 3 notches from, just even Easter last year. It was incredible. Lenora J was one of the featured artists this year, so she came out and she sang a big Stephen Schwartz song. It was a When You Believe. It was a really, really great service. I loved it.
And you can watch it. And that you can watch.
And it was similar to what you just said, by the way. Similar to what you just said, not to interrupt you, but similar to, once you pass, when you die, you're not going to arrive at, a white, cloudy fence that says heaven.
Yeah.
And you're not going to arrive at an inferno that says hell. You can create your own heaven right now. You can also be in your own hell by being in your own head in the wrong way right now, too. So
100%.
Really hone into that. I love that. But yes, you can stream Sunshine Cathedral at any time on their
watch
Facebook.
It. It'll say Easter Sunday. Watch it. I just
great.
pulled up Christopher Hamblin performing.
Oh, I was
like, what? At Sunday service at Sunshine Cathedral. So my point is that you never know who's going to pop up.
Who's going to show up, right?
They have 2 services. Look it up, all right?
9 and 10:30.
Sunshine Cathedral is your queer church.
Yeah.
And it's our
We
queer
love
church. That is an important conversation for our LGBTQ community. Help us tell these important stories by liking and subscribing to the FayWhat.